boy, girl.
Let's just be clear that I will smack the shit out of you.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. On Netflix is one of the craziest movies I've ever seen this year, but damn, it was good as hell. So I'm not doing a complete recap of Bird Box, but let me tell you something. It's one of those movies that you need to watch. If you have not watched it, please stay tuned because spoilers are ahead. Now we got that out the way because you know some of y'all be very nosy, honey. Y'all know our girl Sandra Bullock, honey. This queen of Fast and Furious bus. Y'all remember she was driving the bus, but who was that? I can't think of his name. But y'all remember her. Sandra Bullock is playing our girl Mallory, and Mallory is the confused woman who is pregnant and she don't know what to do. She does not like to be attached to things. She does not want to be attached to things, and she don't even probably want the child that she had. Our Supreme, Sarah Paulson, is playing Mallory's sister, and Mallory's sister seems to be very excited. She seems to be happy-go-lucky. She might be a vegan, she might be a pescatarian, who knows, but seems like she just all in there, and Mallory is just the complete opposite. As we start the beginning of the movie, Mallory is talking to boy and girl, and she's telling them we are going on a trip, something might happen, don't worry about me, but we're gonna get on this boat and we're gonna make it work what it do. So we jump back to 5 years early, and Mallory is painting this picture, and she's using black. She's kind of describing her spirit and her emotions, the inability for humans to connect. She said all these people are together, but they're not connected. And it makes me think about how connected we all are. Usually a lot of us have access to the internet. We have social media, Twitter, Facebook, all that, Instagram. But it seems like anytime we go out or enjoy ourselves around others, we don't communicate with each other. We seem like we want to talk to the people in the box. So Mallory was painting that picture. She said it's not really, these folks are here, they're all together, but they're disconnected. Why is that? So throughout the movie, we are seeing Mallory go through changes and stuff. Like Mallory has to figure out if she wants to keep this child or not, and she loses her sister. Like her sister sees something automatically, this little whatever it is, we don't know what it is. She sees something and immediately she becomes suicidal, and she wants to not only take her life, but in the process, unfortunately, will be taking her sister's life as well. And Mallory looks right in her face as soon as she sees it. In the beginning of the movie, you see Mallory's sister tell her, like, look, have you not been paying attention to the news? All this stuff that's going on. But they don't get a chance to see that whatever is going on in Russia is unfortunately coming in here. Is it a joke on the Trump presidency? Yikes. So they head to the doctor or whatever, and Mallory has to make a decision if she wants to keep this child or whatever, and she might be putting this child up for adoption. But before she even gets a chance to do any of that, her world changes. So this person seems to be having the virus or whatever that was on the news, and she seems like she's trying to offer herself. So Mallory and her sister trying to escape. Mallory's sister ends up seeing, and Mallory's sister like, girl, I'm finna drive off. Like, girl, she said, I'm making a way now. Mallory's sister like, girl, we gone, honey. So Mallory and her sister survived the accident, but Mallory's sister hopped out and said, girl, I'm hopping right in front of this bus. I'm hopping right on this model. And Mallory is confused. She's dazed. She's white. She's pregnant. She has no idea what's going on. Then we see our fine-ass chocolate brother, Trevante Rose from Moonlight, is walking around confused and stuff too. So I said, oh Lord, he about to come save this white woman because that's what it's supposed to be. So Trevante is playing the character Tom, and he tells her keep her head down, and they're about to go in this house, and this woman sees Mallory struggling and she's trying to help her, and before she even gets a chance to help Mallory out, girl, she sees some stuff and her eyes start transforming. Maybe she's wearing color contacts, maybe she should be in 2018. So she hops right into this car, honey, and she about to hotbox it up, honey. Homegirl said, is that you, mom? We started to see, we don't necessarily know what these creatures are, but we know they are all over, and it makes you seem like you don't need to be here anymore. When the woman who was trying to save Mallory, she sees it, she started hearing her mother, and when we get in the house, I guess her husband says she hasn't talked to her mother's been dead for 10 years, but that might have been something she was struggling with. That's something that she was dealing with that, probably he didn't know about. That's something that she wanted, like, more than anything. So I was thinking throughout the movie, why is it that the pregnant women seem to not be able to, be affected by it? Mallory saw the first woman who was on the phone hitting her head up at the hospital. She made eye contact and she walked away, but she didn't. Now, if you pay attention through the movie, you see that the carriers and the ones who are affected but want to infect everybody else, those are the ones who have been deemed mentally ill. You see later on in the movie, our homeboy Rail, who believes in all this spiritual stuff, he sacrifices his stuff for one of his former co-workers. But he starts talking about all the stuff that's going on. And I think what was his name was Charlie. He's like a spiritual conspiracy theorist. Like, he's just like, girl, I think I know what's going on. And we find out that we got another pregnant white woman coming. Her name is Olympia. And Olympia is pregnant as well. And she's trying to connect to Mallory. Mallory said, girl, I ain't interested in all that. Now, this was a tug on my little wig because I'm one of those folks like, I don't want to be taught. I don't know you folks. I'm not new to this. Like, girl, I got to get my spirit together, and I don't want any children. I'm like Mallory. Like I don't want any children. It seems like Mallory got a child. Like, she got pregnant out of like an accident, and she just does not want it. She don't know what to do with it. She's disconnected. She doesn't feel any type of anything to her child. She doesn't even have a name for her child. So Dr. Wong from Law and Order, girl, I love Dr. Wong. Dr. Wong said, you know what? We can't see this stuff. How about I go up in this room and I look at it and I see if we can look at it through the cameras and stuff. And girl, that does not work for Dr. Wong, honey. That does not work for our good sis, Dr. Wong, honey. He offs himself, and they like, girl, apparently we can't. So we don't know what this stuff is, and it gives us a spirit of A Quiet Place. We can see the monsters on A Quiet Place. We saw them, but we did not. All we saw was a bunch of movement, like grass and the leaves and stuff. I was like, girl, is this the mist? When Dr. Wong was looking at it, he saw the form of he saw some type of shadowy figure. So it's just like, are we unable to see it with our own eyes? And we have to remember that we are not that evolved. There are some dimensions that we cannot touch, and some dimensions we don't know about. We can't see things. As much as humans think we are evolved because we're not sitting here writing stuff on stone, like, we're just not that evolved. Like, we're just not that evolved. Like, girl, we still harnessing energy from the planet instead of harnessing from the sun, which is like powerful as hell. So like I said, throughout the movie, we aren't able to see what it is, but we know as soon as you see it, like, you start to become suicidal. But the other folks, like I said, the folks who have been deemed mentally ill or whatever, they're not affected by it. Like we saw earlier when they went to the supermarket, like, nothing happened to that person. Like, he got it. He didn't want to off himself. He wanted to introduce everybody to the light. The light is coming to take back everything the darkness took. And once he got Charlie in there, he continues to talk like nothing happens, like, come on, let me out. So I'm thinking, not only are the people who are mentally, because Charlie told us, he said that this person had some type of, like, he was a criminal convict and he had some type of mental illness. Like, they let us know. They made sure to let us know. So it's just like, what is it? So it makes me think about people who are mentally ill, and do they know they're mentally ill? How do we know it? What rubric are we measuring by it? Like, our own perspective? Like, someone who's mentally ill might be looking at us like, we don't know what's going on and something is wrong with us. So it makes me think outside the box, and girl, it scares the shit out of me. So it seems like the folks who are on another wavelength, I'm gonna call it, are able to see some stuff and experience it. And they like it, but they want to show it to us. But we are unable to process it. We are unable to process it. The moment we try to, it's too much for us and we immediately shut down. Our minds are so insignificant and not on the same pattern as them. Like, girl, we want to see something else. Like, I want to go back to my parent. I want to do that. But these folks probably don't have any connection. So I wonder, damn, if Mallory, if she would have seen it, because it makes me think, because maybe Mallory was not affected by it anyway because she wasn't attached to anything. I think about that because Mallory was not attached, and maybe this thing started speaking to Mallory even more because she became attached later on in the movie. As you seen with the children, like, she didn't have no name for them. And at the end of the movie, she told them, she said, your name is such and such, your name is such and such, your name is Tom, and your name is such. I remember the girl's name. Like, she gave these kids names, so maybe the spirit was able to talk to her more once she became attached to things that are on this earth. Woo! Mind blown. Do you hear me? Because Mallory looked dead in it, and it made me think maybe Mallory is not affected by it because she is pregnant. But I wasn't able to see that because we didn't see what Olympia went through because she was pregnant as well, and we didn't see nothing that she experienced. But Mallory looked at these things more than once. She looked at it more than once. I'm like, God damn, Mallory. Maybe if Mallory knew that at the beginning she'd be able to save these kids and stuff, maybe she'd be able to do more than what she was doing. But we seen later on Tom. Let me tell you something. Tom played by Trevante. Like, girl, that shit was not realistic. No black person, like, y'all got to stop with these movies. Y'all have these black folks sacrifice themselves for white folks. Like, girl, we are not doing that shit. Not in 2018, girl. No, man. Y'all need to get y'all shit together. Like, Tom fell in love with the white cooch, started protecting because everybody was gone, honey. And Miss Olympia deserved everything. She deserved to jump out of that thing and do whatever, girl. She did the Harlem Shake right out that damn window. That's what she get, because she opened the door for Gary. And Gary, I don't trust no man in no damn suit. As soon as he came in, I was like, girl, who's still wearing a suit in the world coming to an end? You were already part of the trash world we are anyway. So, girl, we need even your ass. So Gary comes in and Gary messes up everything. Gary, like, you couldn't tell. So maybe Gary was he's in the mental asylum too, and he just put on somebody else's clothes and made it seem like that he was something else. Whoo, perspective, because we automatically assumed that nothing was wrong with Gary because Gary had on the suit. Ooh, respectability politics once again. Gary had on a suit, so we didn't see nothing wrong with Gary. But if he had been a convict in an orange or whatever thing, like a jumpsuit, we'd automatically said, no ma'am. But Gary came in and it changed the whole environment. And they probably let him in because he was dressed in respectability clothes and some goddamn brunch boots. But like I said, this movie, I'm not going to go into all of the things, but I have a lot of questions about stuff that was happening. Like Mallory and boy and girl, who got new names now, end up getting to this retreat or whatever. And the person over the radio had told them, like, follow the birds, because the bird box represent the bird box that they carried throughout the movie. The birds protected them, well, not really protected them, let them know that danger was on its way. Like, girl, you need to pay attention, sis, because we over here flocking. Gary knew that the birds were not, like, he knew what the tea is. He had infiltrated, girl, and he put them hoes right in the refrigerator, honey. And he went upstairs and said, girl, I want you to look at the light. I loved how Mallory automatically, like, is shot to her head, like, I can't save Olympia, but I can save her child. I can tell her, like, look, let me see your baby, let me see your baby. Like, that's how I think sometimes if it's like fight or flight type of situations, like, I'm automatically assessing the situation. I'm not one of them folks who's going to be like, oh, I got to save Olympia. Like, she made that split second decision, like, I'm gonna save this baby. Because, like, some folks will be like, no, you gotta snap out of it. She already knew it. She already knew it. Oh, it was so good. But later on, we saw, you know, the battle of, you know, the folks from the mental asylum, whatever, came and they was like, girl, we come to get y'all, come on at the light. I want to know why these creatures were unable to come into the houses and stuff. Like, what was going on? Were they not able to come in because of something? Like, what was it? These things, how strong are they? How powerful are they? When they can't even come inside of a place, a building or whatever. Like, it makes you think they couldn't have made it if they stayed in the house that whole time. But humanity really ended up destroying it at the end of the day because they kept trying to let folks in, kept trying to save folks when they should have been trying to save themselves. Which is messed up because Douglas was honestly the hero, because Douglas didn't trust anybody. He was like, girl, we ain't gonna do all that. We can't save everybody, girl. Don't let Trump and these white folks hear that shit because they're gonna continue to try to build this wall. But, like, you just can't save everybody in this movie. Like, you just cannot. But sometimes you might need to, because Mallory probably was the source to protect all of them, because she can walk out in that shit. I honestly believe that Mallory was not affected by any of that because Mallory saw that shit multiple times and she didn't have no problems. Like, she didn't have no issues, but she was disconnected from everything. And you know what? Maybe it is because the girl was on her phone and she was connected to her phone. And she ended up, like, did she see anything? When she was in the beginning, she didn't see anything that caused her, like, what was it? And everybody else had some type of connection. But our homegirl, what's her name? Mallory did not have any connections on this earth. Like, she did not. Damn. It makes me think. Now I want to think about what Dr. Wong saw when he saw the damn, when he was looking at the camera. Like, what is it? It makes me think, like, ooh. But overall, this movie was great. When they got to the end, I was really, like, scared. I really think, honestly, towards the end, when the closer Mallory got to those kids and the more connected she was, the thing was able to get her. But she had trained herself not to open her eyes and to try to look in the light. She's like, girl, I'm not doing that. But I feel like Mallory was never going, like, in any danger, immediate danger in the beginning, because she had no connections. But she ended up making a connection and making her a human, which caused her to be, like, accessible for this creature to snatch her ass up. But she made it, because towards the end, when she was knocking on the door to get in, she said, you know what? You can take the kids and let my ass go, but take these kids. And I wasn't sure if she was talking to the creature or she was talking to folks inside. And when she got inside, come to find out, she was at a blind hospital or something, or a hospital for the blind, or a center for blindness or something. And these folks were not bothered by any of that shit. Maybe the blind folks were not connected by anything visually because they were connected by stuff they can feel. Like they felt it on a different level than being able to see it. Was it shade to social media or some shit? I don't know. All type of conspiracies and stuff. Tell me what y'all thought about Bird Box. It's one of those movies I highly encourage you to watch it. I really wanted to watch it during Christmas just to get my life, because I'm finna go check in and have me a good time. I'm finna check into a hotel room and just have a time of my life, room service, all that shit. I need it. Tell me what y'all thought about Bird Box. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll talk y'all later on tonight. Bye.